So today we were talking again about some movie suggestions that you can watch during the week, or if you haven't watched before, you can catch up on them. These are not necessarily underrated by no means. They're just suggestions and movies that I thought would be fun to watch this week. First up, when I say the name Wolverine, what's the first movie you think of? No, not that one. It should be Logan. If you haven't seen Logan before, you're doing yourself a disjustice. Hugh Jackman is forever Wolverine, and this movie was such a great send-off for him. If you haven't seen Logan, here's the plot. In the near future, a weary Logan cares for Professor X in a hideout of a Mexican border, but Logan's attempts to hide from the world and his legacy are upended when a young mutant being pursued by dark forces arrives. So the young mutant in question is played by Daphne Keane, and she plays X-23. The relationship that him and Daphne have on screen is incredible. For a person that doesn't have any lines, she pulls it off. Playing X-23, she's really amazing. There was a lot of talk that she was going to get a spin-off, but that never ended up happening. That would have been cool to see. Honestly, it really would have. But I don't really want to give anything away about this movie if you haven't seen it. All I can say is definitely check it out. If you have seen it, maybe check it out again. It's worth a watch. The action in this movie is incredible between, what Hugh Jackman brings to the table and then what this young actress playing X-23, what she brings to the table. It's stellar. And it's a beautiful send-off, very emotional. And sorry, I'm still looking at the cover of the movie. I kind of want to watch this right now that I'm talking about it. But anyway, go ahead and check that one out. Next up is a movie that I was recommended to when it came out in theaters, and I went and watched it by myself. And I actually was never going to see this movie, admittedly. This came out a couple years ago. It's called The Peanut Butter Falcon. It stars Shia LaBeouf and Dakota Johnson. This movie is beautiful. I don't know how else to describe it. It's emotional, and it makes you laugh. It makes you want to be a better person, to be honest. This movie is just amazing. I can watch this movie a couple times a year, to be honest, and it's such a damn good film. The Peanut Butter Falcon follows a young man with Down syndrome who runs away from a residential nursing home to fulfill his dream of attending the pro wrestling school of his idol, the saltwater redneck. On the road, Zach meets Tyler, a small-time outlaw who becomes Zach's unlikely coach and ally. Together, they set off on the wild, life-changing journey and try to convince Eleanor, a kind nursing home employee charged with bringing Zach back home, to join them. I know that Shia has a lot of personal problems that sometimes he can bring to his movies and on set, stuff like that. I'm not here to talk about that. All I'm here to talk about is while watching this movie and after watching this movie, my perspective of him as an actor completely changed. And it also helped that I watched this and Honey Boy almost back to back, so because they came out so close to each other. And so there was a huge wave of momentum for how good his movies were for that year. And it's a movie that I would have never seen before, and I'm glad that I've seen it multiple times. I own it. This movie's just great. Before we go, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Have you seen these movies? What's your favorite parts of one of these movies? I'm going to start ending the next couple videos with a movie quote or a piece of dialogue from a movie. Mankind has always feared what it doesn't understand.